Good afternoon and welcome to the 2026 Illinois Wing Spring Encampment Graduation Program. I'm Colonel Robert Dempsey, serving as the Great Lakes Region Deputy Chief of Staff for Cadet Programs. I'm Senior Advisor to this encampment and today's announcer for the Pass and Review Ceremony. We would like to thank everyone in attendance, parents, friends, and family members for being here to witness the graduation of our impressive cadets from the spring encampment. We would also like to recognize and thank the United States Navy for its generosity in hosting and supporting this encampment in so many ways. This marks the 31st year of the spring encampment, and we are proud to maintain such a strong partnership with the Recruit Training Command. Special thanks go to the following Navy personnel whose direct contributions help ensure our success. PO1 Anisha Simmons, HM1 Janet Brooke, Ensign Samuel Sheridan, and Commander Nelson Guadalupe. Please join me in a round of applause. The reviewing officer for this year's graduation is the Illinois Wing Commander, Colonel Alfredo Reynoso. Assisting him is Ms. Heather Weaver, the National Program Manager of the Cadet Leadership Camps, and Lieutenant Colonel to the Civil River Corps. The Encampment Senior Leadership, which is comprised of Major David Lee, the Encampment Commander, Captain Martin Turk, the Encampment Deputy Commander, Lieutenant Colonel George Roy, the Encampment Commandant for Cadets, Colonel Fred Rosenberg, the Advisor to the Illinois Wing Commander, and Major Matt Walton, the Illinois Wing Director of Cadet Programs. Please join me in welcoming these officers. At this time, I would like to introduce the Encampment Commander, Major David Lee. Sir?
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Steve. I want to thank all the parents for letting their kids come out, their young adults come out, and the last 2 weekends. It means a lot to us that you trust us with your young adults. It's been an incredible 2 weekends watching them grow. The first weekend, some of them were a little timid and shy. Going into the second weekend, they were completely different people. And I just, my staff and everybody here is just incredible. Watching these kids grow, and they can all do the same thing. We did a lot of leadership, a lot of team building stuff. It was great. So I just want to thank everybody. And I also want to thank the cadets, because without y'all, we couldn't do this. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Major Lee, for your inspiring words. Now it is my honor to introduce Colonel Alfredo Reynoso, the Illinois Wing Commander. Sir?
Thank you, everybody. Before anything else, I'd like to thank Captain Forber, Commander of the Recruit Training Command, the Navy. They are great hosts. We expect and hope that we have been we're always grateful to the Navy. This is a magnificent place. Your assistance is unbelievable, and we couldn't thank you more. So thank you. And in particular, Petty Officer Charmaine Campanero. Did I get that right? And also Chief Jeff McGee, who have been very helpful to us, and we appreciate your time from your busy schedules. I would also like to thank all the guests, parents, and everybody associated with the encampment. We had a visitor from National Headquarters, and she works up in the cadet programs up at National, and she came down here to see you and to look at what you do, because Illinois Spring Encampment, as I understand it, is the only encampment in the springtime in the entire nation. And it's probably the only one with this format over 2 weekends. So she walked away with a good impression, and hopefully other wings will develop their own 2-week program, 2-weekend program going forward, and augment the number of spring encampments available. Having said that, because we are the only spring encampment, we have cadets from, and their parents, their chaperones from all over the country. We have a number of wings who are represented here. So welcome. We hope you have a good experience. I would also like to thank the staff, Captain Lee, his entire staff. He does a wonderful job. If I have to single somebody out for an example of a committed volunteer, who is Captain Lee and his lovely wife that year after year just commit to this. So thank you all very much, Captain Lee, and the cadre and the rest of the team. So I'm also going to thank, in particular, the chaplain who's here, and our doctor who attend to these events every year. There's only 2 of them, and they get all of them, and we certainly show their support. Before I proceed, I came here on the first Friday, and I talked to the cadre, and due to some circumstances, I felt compelled to point something out. And that is two ideas. I would ask every one of you to think about the word coach and what that means. What is coach? And coach, in prior centuries, the Lord of the Manor, he wanted to transport his family from point A to point B safely. He had a coach, a carriage, and it was pulled by 2 horses. And it is not an easy thing to do to manage 6 horses. So the Lord of the Manor relied on only those that he could trust, the safety of his family, to go from point A to point B, from the manor to the city or whatsoever. So that's an important definition. So if I was to summarize the word coach, it is this. It is somebody who takes somebody from point A to point B safely. And to the cadre, today, the senior members and the cadre, that was pretty much the task that I gave them on Friday. I said, you're taking kids who are not exposed to this, young men, young women, and for them, a lot of them, this is their first experience in the United States. And it should be a rewarding experience. It should be an experience where you get a chance to grow in confidence, right? In your leadership development. And I certainly hope that we did that. That the cadre lived up to that expectation. That they have not treated you like recruits. Cadre is not drill instructors. This is not basic training. And that the leadership approach has been one of a coach taking you from where you were when you came in to this point. It's a different kind of leadership. Okay? So we also gave them a related thing to talk about. And that is a definition of discipline. Which goes hand in hand with coaching. And I learned this 57 years ago. I was made to memorize it for my years as a cadet. My first year as a cadet, I have never forgotten. And I can quote it with the drop of a hat. And it goes something like this. The soldiers of a free nation, this is called Schofield definition of discipline. The discipline of the soldiers of a free nation is not to be gained by harsh or tyrannical treatment. Such treatment is far more likely to destroy than to make an army or a navy. It is possible to impart order inspire in the heart of the subordinate an intense desire to obey because of the way you convey the Lord, the way you give those instructions. So that's the model leadership that I would like to see not only in encampments, but in squads. Those of you that are here, please ponder on that. Think about how you, as a leader, leaders in all the leaders that you are, well, that's here. Leadership is a never-ending task. It's an evolution. It's a lifelong endeavor. You constantly adjust, improve. By definition, a leader must have followers. You can't have followers without a leader. You can have leaders without followers. So what happens when the followers ain't following? That means that the leader ain't leading. And you have you leaders that look within yourselves and ask the question, what do I need to do differently to be able to lead and have my followers actually follow? Okay, so a little philosophy there, but I think it's an important couple of points and it's something you can take with you. So, again, thank you all for being here. You look magnificent. I saw you practicing a couple of times, and I am very, very, very proud of the way you look. You're bearing your leader. I hope you walk away with a sense of self-confidence, of respect for those who love you, for your parents, your friends, and certainly you are leaders in the making, and I hope you continue to do as well.
Thank you, Colonel Reynoso, for your uplifting comments. The Pass and Review ceremony marks the formal end of this encampment. It is a special ceremony that demonstrates teamwork, discipline, and adherence to standards that the cadets have developed and mastered over the last 2 weekends. The Pass and Review allows the reviewing officer a chance to review the performance of the cadet cadre in providing instruction and the cadet students in responding to that instruction. The parade begins with the command, "Sound Adjutant's Call." The cadet squadron commanders will initiate a series of commands to bring the cadets into position on the parade field. At the end of this movement, the cadet adjutant will transfer the command of the formation to the commander of troops.
Sound Adjutant Call!
The cadets are now in formation. The command of the formation has now been transferred to the commander of troops, who will present the command to the encampment commander. The cadets will now report the readiness up their chain of command from the flight level to the squadron and finally to the executive level. Following the report, the squadron commanders, flight commanders, and flight guides will come forward to render honors to the commander of troops.
Get your squadrons! Hold good on! Good. Sir. Hold good. Hold good.
At this point, the commander of troops will request a report of readiness from his staff. The report will move up the chain of command from the flight level to the squadron and finally the group level.
Receive the report! Report!
Sir, let me let you squadron reports. All cadets present are accounted for. Sir.
Sir, 6 cadets ready squadron reports. All cadets present accounted for. Sir.
Sir, Administrative Squadron report. All cadets present are accounted for. Sir.
Sir, all prisoners are accounted for.
Publish the orders. Attention to order! Element players, ready encampment, recruit training command, Silver and Patrol, orders of the day, encampment graduation. Fighting order of William Linus Robinson, Cadet Colonel, CAP, Commander.
Sir, the orders will be published.
To honor the commander of troops and the senior executive staff, the deputy commander for operations will ask the officers of the encampment to come forward and render honor.
Officers! Stand down! Right!
On to the right, on to the left. Forward, punch. Officers, halt.
Order! Up! Alpha, flight commander ground, front center.
Alpha Flight has been selected for their performance overall through the week. They were the best overall on bunk inspections, classroom quizzes, memory item quizzes, and drill tests. Please join me in congratulating the Alpha Flight.
Turn to ranks. Officers! Post! Post!
Officers, halt. Halt. Punch.
Sir, I present the command.
Go left! Stand down! Up! Get your squadrons! Present out!
Present.
Present! Present! Present!
annual personnel. Alpha Flight is commanded by Master Sergeant Jack Anthony and assisted by Flight Sergeant Cadet Chief Master Sergeant Abigail McClure. Bravo Flight is commanded by Cadet Second Lieutenant Marcelo Alfano and assisted by Flight Sergeant Cadet Chief Master Sergeant Brandon Brown. Charlie Flight is commanded by Cadet Second Lieutenant Dominic Watts, assisted by Flight Sergeant Cadet Chief Master Sergeant Teresa Gamer. The 6th Cadet Training Squadron is commanded by Cadet Captain Andrew Monroe and assisted by Executive Officer Lieutenant Robert Boone. The Alpha Flight is commanded by Cadet Second Lieutenant Anatole Jackson and assisted by Flight Sergeant Cadet Master Sergeant Joseph Moore. Echo Flight is commanded by Cadet Second Lieutenant Grant Zutney and assisted by Flight Sergeant Cadet Chief Master Sergeant Bernadette Gamer. Foxtrot Flight is commanded by Cadet Second Lieutenant Syed Wadri and assisted by Flight Sergeant Cadet Chief Master Sergeant Bailey Kinsley. Commanding the Advanced Training Squadron for our second year students is Cadet Second Lieutenant Andrew Fleming. In addition to the operations cadre, who work directly with your cadets, the support cadre works behind the scenes to make this week run efficiently. Leading the cadet general support cadre is Cadet Captain Alexander Burke. Leading the public affairs cadre is Cadet Second Lieutenant Catherine Alexander. With over 700 assignments graded, leading our standards and evaluation cadre is Cadet Captain William Chong. Thank you to all of the cadre for your hard work and dedication throughout the week. Let us all give a great hand to the cadets of the Illinois Wing Spring Encampment 2026.